All right, we're good. We're live. Happy Thursday. Good morning to everybody. It was a good MLB night last night. Why don't we lead with that? Because that's the positive news. I went 5-2-1, solid. Oh my God, NBA. I'm not. I don't care too much about the Pelicans loss because I was back and forth on that game. Could have gone either way. But the way the Raptors blew that lead was just disheartening to watch. Ready for this? 9 possession span. They had 6 turnovers, 2 block shots, and 1 made layup. It was disgusting. I saw a lot of people on my Twitter feed had losing NBA nights. I think it's because OKC and Chicago were very public, so my feed tends to be the people I follow and engage with tend to be the type that would be on the sharper side. And there's someone I want to clarify because I got a message. So when I say something looks like the square side or something's the square side, I'm not like shitting on you if you bet it. What I mean by that is it just looks like the obvious side. It looks like the side that's where the odds makers expect the public to be. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. I bet the square side all the time. Because someone messaged me and they didn't say anything offensive. I forget the exact words they used, but it was kind of like they felt some type of way that in the video yesterday I said that the Bulls were the square side. I didn't mean like the dumb side. I just meant that's the square side. That's where everyone's at. They moved the line to 6, and that's where the public was. I wasn't like insulting you if you bet the Bulls. Anyway,
I mean that was very rude and disgusting of you. So we'll move on.
Clearly, I am just reckless, and I don't care about anyone's feelings but my own. But anyway, today's MLB. There's only 7 games, and they suck. Oh my God, they suck.
This is horrible.
It's like we're in a really cool time frame for sports right now with the play-in tournaments, NBA playoffs, MLB's. Like we got some data to work with. And then they just throw us this shit day. There's no NBA tonight, and there's 7 MLB games. But I have a few picks down here, so let's dive in. First game is Oakland at Baltimore. I actually talked Beaver into this one, so I am going to stick with the full game under 10. I just think the 2 names of the starting pitchers is going to move a lot of action onto the over just from their names, Cole Irvin and Adam Oller. But Adam Oller pitched really well in this last start. He went into Tampa Bay, the best lineup in baseball right now. 5 innings, 2 hits, and just 2 hits and 3 walks. So just a 1.00 whip. They lost that game. Obviously, the Rays haven't lost the game yet. But he did get rocked last time he pitched against Baltimore, and that was somewhat recent, September of last year. But Baltimore's lineup really doesn't scare me against right-handed pitching as much as it does against left-handed pitching. And I honestly think there's enough data here to back an Oakland bet. But what keeps me off of Oakland is it's Cole Irvin's revenge game. Cole Irvin, A, pitches better at home. He's at home in Baltimore here. B, pitching against his old team who can hit lefties. So I'm just going to stick with the under 10, and I'm really comfortable on that side.
Yeah, personally, I would pass in this game, but I'm rocking with Kyle's pick. He has the under 10. I'm a bit scared by the whole Oller thing. He's never been a great starter on the road in his career, so that's a bit scary. But one thing I will say that I saw is that if you look at key guys in the Baltimore lineup, like Cedric Mullins, Santander, Mountcastle, Henderson, that's like 4 of the first 5 guys in the lineup. They have an average WRC plus of 44 against right-handed pitching right now. Really struggling against righties, that top half of the lineup. And then on the other side, I do hate Cole Irvin. I do think he stinks. I want to fade the life out of him all season because I don't think he's good outside Oakland. But if there is a spot for him to succeed, I think it would be today. The 3 left-handed pitchers that face Oakland so far, well, they've held a 0.5 ERA, 0.88 whip, and 0.5 home runs per 9 allowed. They've dominated. So, I mean, I like the pick. I'll go with the under. It's sharp. No, everybody's going to be on that over today.
Yeah, agreed. And just so you can get an idea here, wow, the comments are blocking it. Let me move this up the... damn, I can't get it over the comments. Oh, I have to take it out of this folder. Man, where the hell did I just put it? All right, well, you can't really see it. Let me put it back in the corner where you can. Sharp action is definitely on Oakland. So what I said, I was leaning towards an Oakland bet. Looks like Sharps agree with me. So, but I'm on under. Next game. Mm-hmm. Boston at Tampa. I mean, we were talking about this yesterday. It's basically at a point where it's too late into the Rays streak to try to hop on that bandwagon now because they're just being crazy. They're being priced at a crazy rate. But also, I'm not going to be the one that's trying to fade the streak. So, Rays are pass for me. I mean, they have the best. Their numbers against right-handed pitching are absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So, against Cooper, who's been struggling, I would imagine the Rays slap the shit out of him. But, like I said, they're priced very high for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a weird one. Gonna wind up passing on it. Line opened at minus 145 as it shows on the graphic, and now is up at minus 240 on some books. Rafi Devers is gonna be sitting out today. And while Springs has been beasting against some low-level competition, and while the Red Sox aren't great against left-handed pitchers, Springs isn't great against lefty batters. If you look at his splits last year, a specific struggle of his was against lefty batters. Well, the key guys in this Boston lineup, like Verdugo, Yoshida, I guess not Devers anymore because he's out, would be left-handed batters. Ultimately, the price is way too much. We've been riding with the Rays pretty much this entire streak, and we've made quite a bit of profit. Don't need to force something else today.
Yeah, a couple comments here saying they're playing Rays on the run line. Stephen Hairston's on the Rays run line. I'm always scared to lay the 1.5 with the home team because you're potentially losing. Well, not potentially. You're losing 3 outs in order to cash. So.
I've even applied that to team totals as well. Like if I'm betting a home team total, I keep that in count because what if they're winning?
Right. Yeah, for sure. How do you guys decide how many units to bet on each MLB game? Well, it depends. Right now, we're kind of doing it together. So we have a call. And the way, I mean, we're overall betting pretty light right now. Like the top bets get 0.75 and the smaller ones get 0.5. But it would be kind of thing where if we both agree on a bet, it'll probably be 0.75. Only one of us like it. It's kind of like just how you feel. There's not like a science to that.
Right now, we're pretty much rocking 0.5 for the first month of the season. Bet of the days are going to be 0.75. And then after the first month is done, we're going to wind up bumping those units up a bit. Bet of the days will be 1 unit, 0.5 on like plus money totals and stuff like that. And then 0.75 on our main bets.
Yep. All right. Next, moving right along to the next game, Phillies at Reds. I want to bet Cincinnati here. I really do.
I know.
I'm just going to put Reds money line lean because the price laying, it's up to like minus 125, minus 128, and laying that kind of number. To pay that price for the Reds, I'll pay that price if it was like Phillies at Brewers. Like, give me a decent NL Central team, the Reds. Both pitchers in a spot where they've done pretty well. Falter had great numbers on the road last year. But you know what? Nick Lodolo, one of the rare pitchers who has great numbers in Great American Ballpark.
Great American Ballpark.
Yes, not many pitchers pitch well in Cincinnati. Lodolo did last year. He had great numbers there. You got a lefty-lefty matchup against 2 lineups that don't particularly hit lefties well. There's what pushes me over to the Red side. The Phillies bullpen is pretty gassed. They're not going to have Kimbrel tonight. They're not going to have Soto tonight. And we're talking about a bullpen that sucks. But 2 of the reasons that it sucks are Kimbrel and Soto, though. So they haven't been good at all. So it's like missing them really that much of a loss. And also Alvarado, that other guy they like, he threw 22 pitches last night. I don't even know if he's available. So the Phillies bullpen is super thin.
Yeah.
Is that enough to bet Cincinnati money line at minus 125? Probably not, but that's the way I would lean.
Yeah, like I have a couple leans on this one, but I just couldn't lock anything in. I like the Reds money line. I like the over in this game, but we kind of applied that same logic to the last game, and the Reds blew the lead late in the game. And on top of that, it didn't go over. It was a very good pitching performance by both sides, despite them being in their worst split. Now they're going to be in their best split. I think that it's due for a little regression in terms of runs, but I'm not willing to bet that. I like backing the Reds as a dog, as a favorite. I don't know about all that, so we'll skip this one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the tone for a few of these games today.
Yeah.
Twins at Yanks. This is not one we're skipping.
Yeah, baby.
I like the Yanks here, and watch this. I wrote down 3 different possible bets because in my opinion, I like all of these. So I got Yankees first 5 on the run line. Yankees first 5 minus a half run. Yankees money line at minus 145, or Yankees double result. I realize not all sportsbooks offer that. Double result means they're winning after 5 innings and they win the full game. I like the Yanks. The only concern I have for the Yanks is they're returning from a multi-series road trip without a day off, which I typically don't like to bet on. But last year, Joe Ryan's pitching for the Twins. Last year, he was much better at home. He's on the road here. He was much better during the day. This is a night game. And his start against the Yankees, he got absolutely shelled. I know that Joe Ryan has decent numbers against right-handed bats, and the Yankees have a lot of right-handed bats, but the Yankees crush right-handed pitching, so that cancels that out. I think the Yankees get to Joe Ryan for sure. And as far as the Twins lineup goes, that's a lineup that's like feast or famine, man. They're hitting home runs or they're striking out, and Burrito's on the mound, and he showed us that he's got strikeout stuff. So I like the Yanks here. What do you want to bet it? First 5, full game, double result. However you want to bet it, I'm on the Yanks.
Yeah, my favorite bet for this game would be that Minnesota Twins team total under 3.5. I just think that Joni Brito looks like a tank thus far. 2 starts in the bigs, 0.9 ERA, 2.71 FIP, 0 home runs allowed. Those are some really good numbers, and that was against a Giants lineup who's 3rd in WRC plus against righties, and a Baltimore lineup that's 10th in WRC plus against right-handed pitchers. The Twins are bottom 7 in almost every category against right-handed pitchers. And I'm just about ready to declare them dead. They've gone under this total now their last 6 of 8 games, averaging just 3.1. They've gone under 8 of 12 games total this season. And even in a series against Chicago where they hit the starting pitchers early, like they got 3 runs off Cease, they got 3 runs off Lynn, they still couldn't put up runs on a Chicago bullpen that is one of the worst in baseball. I just think that ultimately the Twins bats continue to struggle here. Brito continues to shine, and at the plus money, it's great value.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was at plus money when you first told me you liked that. Under 3.5 at plus 110. What is the situation for the Yankees bullpen? Are they cool?
They had a few guys go yesterday, which is a bit of a concern, but
I have it open right here. Actually, I can just pull it up.
Yeah,
it looks like they used their guys yesterday, but they should be able to go. These are all guys that have a history. Clay Holmes has no problem throwing 2 nights in a row. Same with Wandy Peralta. They should be good.
Yeah, so I think they should be able to groove again, and I just think that even if the Yanks put out their worst relievers, which sounds a bit crazy, I think they could shut this really dormant Twins lineup down.
Yeah, I think Yankees would probably be my favorite bet of the day, and that's It's sad because, like, I don't even know if I like it at that level. It's just there's nothing else.
I don't love it like that.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Only 3 games left already. Tigers at Blue Jays. Let's see. There's a number of ways you can bet this one. The angle I like is I like Chris Bassett to have a good game. Historically, he's just better at home. And I know you're going to say he's never pitched at home in Toronto. This is a new team. Yes, you're right. But there's more to pitching at home than just the physical ballpark. You go second. You pitch the bottom half of the inning. Also, the crowd is on your side. Look, I get the ballpark is a factor too, but there's more to having home field advantage than just the ballpark. So I still think there's an advantage there, and I think he throws a great game. He's certainly in a great spot against a Tigers lineup on the road that just is absolutely dreadful. So I guess with that angle, you could go Tigers first 5 team total under. I forget where you are at in this game, so I'll put this.
I'm not willing to trust Bassett just yet. I don't hate your angle, though. I do think he is a better pitcher than what he's shown thus far, so I don't hate that. My angle for this game is the team total over for Toronto. I think the bats are really starting to finally pick it up. This is a team that's second in WRC plus against right-handed pitchers. They've recorded 10 plus hits in nearly every single game they've played so far. So there's plenty of guys on the base paths, but they haven't had those monster scoring outputs that we saw last year at some point. But I feel like that's starting to finally come around a little bit. You look at their last 4 games, 4, 9, 12, and 5 runs, averaging 7.5, and 3 of those came against left-handed pitchers. Those aren't even their strengths. The last 2 righties they faced owned a combined 6.9 ERA and allowed 3.8 home runs per 9 innings. They were getting cranked, and the Jays scored 9 and 6 in those games. So I think the Jays are going to touch up Turnbull, but I think it only gets juicier when the Tigers bullpen enters the game. Tigers are a bottom 3 bullpen in baseball, and one that allowed 3 runs through the last 2 frames last night to lose Detroit the game. They showed they could give up runs at any point, and while I think they could smash the starting pitcher, the bullpen is what gets me over the edge here at that nice plus price.
Someone just asked your thoughts on Burrito K's. Do you want to answer that first? You said you liked it.
I'm definitely about to look into that, Andre. I see that they opposing pitchers against them, especially righties, have been on a little bit of a K prop over streak. So I'm gonna check that.
I actually saw
follow me on Twitter, but you can check back and see my thoughts on that later.
Someone gave out that pick. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He goes by Slop. I don't know. It's Islop. But he gave that out. Guy? Yeah, he gave out Burrito over strikeouts. I think it was 4.5 or 5.5. I forget. But I saw that this morning. So another angle that it doesn't really pertain to either of our bets, but Toronto starts the biggest series of the season. Yes, it's the biggest series of the season so far. Tomorrow they start a series against the undefeated Tampa Rays. So if they're up 4-0, 5-0, I don't know if they're going to use their best bullpen arms to secure that win. Maybe they're going to try to get away without it, if I would imagine. So maybe a couple meaningless Detroit Tigers runs late. I don't know if that factors into anything you guys are betting. Just an angle I wanted to share. Next game. Pirates at Cardinals. Fuck.
Pass.
Serious. I know. I mean, I like Montgomery at home. I think since he got to St. Louis, he's been good as shit at home, right?
Yeah, he's been very good. Yeah,
but like not minus 270 good.
Yeah.
Not to mention the Pirates have shown a little life. I'm pet. Screw this.
Yeah, they have fight. Pass.
Well, that's the last one because we don't even know who's pitching. Oh, I put Bryce Wilson.
We could just say for this game, we don't know who's pitching thus far. Something I do want to bring up, though, kind of a bit of an angle. I feel that the Brewers' bats are starting to slow down in the first 5. I've now noticed that in their last 5 games, they've been blanked in 4 of them through the first 5. So I'm looking in terms of a bit of a first 5 under here in this game. I think Nick Martinez is better than he's shown thus far. He looks pretty decent in the World Baseball Classic. So I'm going to look and see if there's a team total for them. I don't know what it will be because the whole pitching situation, even though they know who is pitching for the Brewers, sometimes they don't set it. I mean, sometimes they don't set it and things like that. So, but yeah, I'm mainly just looking at the first 5 under there.
You can get it at plus 105 for 4.5.
I would take their team total. I would take
Brewers team total.
I think the Padres. I think if Lauer pitches, I'm looking at the Padres' first 5 minus a half run. And honestly, if Wilson pitches, it might be the same thing. I'm looking at essentially a Brewers' first 5 under of sorts, and I'm looking at a Padres' first 5 run line. One of those 2 would be my main option for this game.
Where the hell? Why can't I find first half team total on this one? First?
I don't think they posted it for that game yet. That's probably why.
Yeah, it has to be because it's usually right here. All right, so I don't even have it to give it to type it in. Montgomery to record a win plus 115. I don't hate that.
It's actually pretty decent value.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
But why is he a plus 115 if they're minus 300 favorites? It's a bit weird.
Yeah, holy shit.
Normally, you're going to get a guy at like minus 140 with that.
Well, how deep does Montgomery pitch into games? Maybe he has a history of only going 4 or 5 innings. I don't remember that, but He went 5-7 in his first 2 starts this year.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going
yeah,
to.
If you like the Cardinals, that's the best way to attack it for sure. Plus 115, that's a great price.
I mean, I just scrolled through his game logs from last year. He's going 5 innings in basically every single one, at least 5. So I don't know why. That's a great price. Plus 115.
Yeah.
I might tail that.
Yeah, nice find, James.
All right, that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. We're going to be. I'm putting up obviously 2 NBA videos, but that's for tomorrow night. I might upload them either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, we're gonna go either 3 or 4 p.m. We'll decide. But tomorrow afternoon, there's 15 games on tomorrow night. It's gonna be a loaded episode. We're gonna have a showdown where no passes. We're going all in. See you can win. Me versus you. All 15 games.
There will definitely be passes on the ticket.
No. On the ticket. But I'm saying on the show, we're going 1-on-1.
All right.
1 pick per game.
Okay.
Well, actually, at least 1 pick per game, we'll say. And that'll be either 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., depending on just like what we get done. I think we could probably get away with doing it at 3 p.m. Give people a little more time to see it before the game starts. So, all right.
I mean, that's fine with me.
Everyone have a great Thursday. Remember to bet responsibly, and we'll see you tomorrow for the loaded live show. Later.
Yes.